Hello people, I'm Andy and you're watching InfoTek channel. You know, I typically do not discuss politics and social life around me in my blogs. I focus on IT jobs, on working remotely and traveling at the same time, building good life, building good career. But you know, something happened recently that made me rethink it and bring this topic to a bigger discussion. You know, a lot happened in this summer of 2024. We had a Pride Month, we had shark attacks happening somewhere in Florida, if I'm not mistaken, with multiple people killed or injured. We had presidential debates in the end of June. And if you saw the debates, you know we are in deep trouble. And I mean, the internet was not chilling. The amount of coverage of these presidential debates was insane. Hundreds of thousands of funny and not so funny videos about presidential debates were made. And it looked like everybody was absorbed and very worried about our future as a nation. It felt like we are on the verge of making very important decisions about our future, about the future of our kids and our country. And then Hug 2 Girl happens.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
You gotta give him that Hug 2 and spit on that.
For those who don't know yet, she describes and actually shows what she would do to please her man, to please a man. And she thinks that this is something, if she does it, it would keep her man around. And she did not make it up. She clearly saw it in adult industry movies. And it's like a porn movie fantasy that she thinks is something that all men want. And I don't want to show off as a snob or to be hypocritical, but this is something that 97% of men never experienced in their life. It's not like a mainstream. It's not something that keeps your relationship going. It's not something that keeps a family balanced. It's not something that keeps a father of your child around. Of course, you can say, oh, it's all cool. You know, we are also sexually liberated, so open-minded. We can speak up our mind. This semi-drunk girl, after having 1 or 2 beers, walking in the street, can discuss her private sexual life on camera, and it's all socially accepted. It's all fine, right? We are free people. We can say whatever we want. However, what really scares me, and to tell you the truth, I could not even sleep last night. I've been thinking about what kind of future awaits us as a nation, us as a country. What kind of future we will see for our kids. What is not actually funny is that it outperformed presidential debates videos. It lasted longer and it was more widespread, creating an illusion that this is the most important thing. This is who we are right now as a nation. This is the image of success. This is the most important thing that happened to us as a country in this year, at least. And again, that's fine. People can say whatever they want. And I think to myself, that's okay. So this 21-year-old girl can be vocal about, I don't know, adult movie fantasy. And she truly believes that's the way to go, all right? And everybody supports her with that. And I can say, yeah, it's cool, she's cool, right? She has a right to say whatever she wants. But would you, as a man, want this kind of girl not for a fling, not to fulfill your sexual fantasy, but as a girlfriend material, as a relationship material? Would you wife her up? Would you put a ring on it? Would you want her to be a mother of your child? Imagining, like knowing that she's doing what she shows with a bunch of other dudes, and then she's doing it to you. Do you have a future? Do you want to think long term with this kind of girl? Or is just a fling to fulfill your fantasy? Now, we do not ask girls on the street about how to build a career, how they see them being successful in life, how to build a balanced relationship, how to build a good family, how to have a full family for your child. No, it's not all important. Instead, we ask questions to display slutty behavior on camera. What it teaches other young girls now is that you don't have to worry about real world. You can live in this virtual fantasy world and say something bizarre on camera and in an instant become rich and desirable and famous and successful. And all these famous athletes and rappers, singers that perform in huge arenas would invite you to participate in their gigs. This Hawk 2 girl sold $65 million of merchandise with, baseball caps and t-shirts with Hawk 2 inscriptions on them within a couple of days. So it teaches other young women and girls that to become successful, all you can do is just discuss your sexually liberated stuff that you see in your head. It would be all cool if we didn't put this girl on a pedestal. But since we did, it all looks like Sodom and Gomorrah from the Bible. We really are going in the opposite direction from teaching our young girls how to be moral, teaching how to be a traditional woman, how to build a family. That is why we have such terms as dating market. Instead of dating, it's dating market now. We have terms like sexual market or your sexual market value. This is why we have expression such as monkey branching. And it doesn't matter if a woman is married or not, if she has kids or not. She's continuously chasing the other side of the field where grass is greener, continuously moving from one man to another, chasing these butterflies in the stomach, chasing feelings and dopamine in her brain. This is why I have multiple girls, young women, before age of 30 or 31, they've been already married 3 times. I know many women like that. It's a trend now. We do not teach our girls to be committed to their family, to support their husband, to take care of kids and keep full family for their kids. No, we go in the opposite direction. We teach them opposite things. And I can see that we are going again towards Sodom and Gomorrah. And instead of promoting moral values, we teach our girls how to promote their sexual market value, where they will continuously chase a richer and more handsome man until they're 70 years old. To summarize, what is really out of place here is that proportion of it is huge. It's bigger than anything else happening in the world. That's number one. Number two, we are already in deep waters with a number of divorces and a number of single mothers. Now a new generation of women will come up that would think that this is like super cool and acceptable, and this is the way to go. Number three, majority of people don't have this Hug 2 stuff in their lives, but apparently they are dying to have it. They are very attracted to it, and this is something that interests people in their minds, in the virtual reality, like making this screen fantasy a reality. So instead of living real life, worrying about real problems, they would substitute it with virtual reality desires. So this girl was a little bit drunk, but in Eastern Europe they have a saying, what a drunk person has on his tongue or her tongue, she would have on her mind when she's sober. And judging by the reaction from general public, we can safely assume this is where most people go to mentally right now. It all tells me that our issues with relationships, with families, single mothers, kids without full family, these issues are not going away. They're gonna become worse. And by the way, the rest of the world follows America. Whether or not they like America, they look up to America. So you can see it right here. We are also setting an example of what's important in life to the rest of the world. And don't get me wrong, it's not this girl's fault. It's our fault as a society. This is what we pay attention to. This is what we respond to. This is what we like, unfortunately. So we say, you go girl, you go queen. Sodom and Gomorrah awaits. I can only wish we would wise up in the nearest future. I can only wish that our women and girls will turn back to being more feminine, that they will turn away from this aggressive sexual behavior that I would say looks like masculine trait. I can only hope that we would turn our attention to what's really important, that would help us survive as species. People, please stop and think what you absorb, what you're interested in, what you respond to, and after that, pray to change. I really hope you liked the video, and until next one, God bless and take care.